It's time to move. Today we're gonna begin with a standing roll-up. So go ahead and bring your feet in the middle of your mat, about 4 inches apart, with all 10 toes shining straight forward. We're gonna float the arms up and overhead. With a nod to the chin, we're gonna start a rolling down. Think about a shape like a candy cane rather than like a V. So we wanna keep as much length through the back line as we roll down. It doesn't matter if your hands come to the floor. In fact, let's bring the hands low and bend your knees as much as you need to for the fingertips to touch the floor. That's still a really delicious stretch through the back line of the body. Walk the hands to the shins, and now we're going to elongate the legs as we slowly roll up. Hands glide over the knees, along the thighs, and we're stacking the spaces between the vertebra all the way up. The arms float up and overhead. Again, we're gonna dive over, rounding the spine, thinking about that J shape or a candy cane as you roll down. Bend your knees if you need to. I don't care if your hands touch the floor. Totally not the aim here. The aim is about length and a beautiful stretch for your body. Hands come to the shins as we slowly imprint up across the knees, through the thighs. Hands come overhead. One more time, we're gonna dive over, rounding down. Hands come close to the floor, and everyone walk your hands to your shins. We're gonna keep them here and come into a flat back, gazing forward. So we're just gonna glide the hands up, maybe to around knee height, opening the heart, gaze forward. Exhale, round the spine again. The hands slide down a little bit, round the spine. Inhale, gazing forward with a flat back, really helping to mobilize the spine. Exhaling, round down one more time. This is the last time. And we're gonna trace those hands all the way up the front side of the body, up through the knees, the thighs. Glide the hands up and overhead, imprinting them down to your sides with intention. Next, we're gonna go into our squat with gait. Gait is just a fancy Pilates word for walk. We're gonna improve the functionality of our joints from the ankles all the way up. So we're gonna bring our knees and toes glued together, and we're gonna crease at the hips. Think about elongating the tailbone from the crown of the head to lower into your best squat. Outer thighs are magnetized. We have a crease at the front side of the hips, and the knees are floating over the foot just in front of the ankle crease. That's gonna allow for proper bone rhythm. Keeping those outer thighs magnetized, think about peeling that right heel off the floor because the right inner thigh asked it to rise. Hold at the top. Did your right hip pike up? Make sure the hips stay level, and we want the front side of the ankle all the way open. With intention, slowly roll that foot back down, and now it's the left foot that's going to peel up, all the way open at the top. We're all the way almost to the toes, and then we're gonna imprint back down. Now for me, my knees wanna go outbound. My knees wanna go really far out to the sides. So it's with intention that I'm really melting them together, and that requires a lot of activation through the lateral line, the outside of the legs, as well as through the inner thighs. Now Michelle's gonna show us what it looks like to pick up the feet with a passing in the middle. I'll demonstrate that also. Talia is gonna stay one at a time. But you can pass the heels in the middle as long as you can do it without wagging your tail side to side. Let's do one more on each side. So let's finish whichever side you're on. Imprint that heel down. One more on the other side. Imprint that heel down and narrow the pelvis, rise all the way up. We're gonna go into a 4-point kneeling. So come down onto your knees. Hands are just under the shoulders, knees are 4 inches apart under your hips. We're gonna flip the toes under, and straight away, let's take the left ankle across the right ankle. So we've got just one set of toes imprinting in the ground. Press away from the ground, collarbones are wide, neutral pelvis, and we're gonna hover both knees up off the floor. And now we're going to gently tap those knees down as if they were like a fragile bag of china. And then we're gonna float them back up. Woo! Anyone feeling that little waistline connection when we take one foot out of the equation? Hello. So we're lengthening as we float up the femurs. Those thigh bones are sinking into the pelvis to raise. Tapping down, one more on this side. Then we get 2 feet just for a second. Michelle's gonna hold her knees up. Talia and I get to put ours down. You're so welcome. We're gonna unfold into parallel, and now we have 2 feet on the ground, all 10 toes are down, and we're gonna do the same thing, but just in a little bit broader base. So you see how that really changes the diagonal work, and now we're working deep transverse abdominals, and all the way around, like if you were wearing a pair of jeans that had a zipper up the back. If you're old enough to have worn those, I'm with you. We're gonna peel those knees up, And set them down one more time. Let's cross the right ankle behind the left. Recommit to the long collarbones, nice and broad. Keep the pelvis level as we peel the knees up and slowly set them back down. So we don't want to mash them down and pop them up. The pelvis is not invited to change its orientation. The shoulders shouldn't be rounding. We're breathing in between the mid-back. We have 2 more on this side. And with intention, set those knees all the way down. Next, we're gonna go into our mermaid sweeps on the left. So we're gonna sit down on our mat with our right hip. Both knees are bent at about a 45-degree angle. The right hand can come down as we're starting to learn this movement. And what we're gonna do is sweep the left leg forward, keep it bent, and both sits bones come down. Now the left leg is in front of me. I'm sitting nice and tall on both sits bones. And then we're gonna swivel that femur bone back to start. So you can use that right hand to kind of help you balance as you get your head wrapped around how obnoxious this is. And we're gonna keep that waistline nice and long. So Talia is gonna keep her hand down the whole time. That's completely an acceptable way to do this. Michelle and I are gonna show some arm variations of how you can do this, increase the core challenge, increasing the lever, and just really increasing the balance challenge. So we still need to get those sits bones down, sitting tall, and then we're gonna swivel around. Inhaling as you come forward. Exhaling as you come back onto that right hip only. So we're balancing on the right hip, and then we have both sits bones down, sweeping around with control. It's pretty, but it's pretty awful also, isn't it, right? Not kidding. Last 3. Really think about that femur head swimming through the dome of the pelvis, right? So it's that ball and socket joint. Sweeping through as we work. This is the last one. And go ahead and float that left leg down with intention. All right, we're gonna flip it over into our bear crawl lifts. This is a really sincere challenge for balance and control of your mind with your body movements. Come in that 4-point kneeling position. Wrists are just below the shoulders and hips are directly over the knees. Without moving your pelvis or your torso, we are going to softly bend the right elbow to hover the hand. At the same time, float the left knee 1 paper's width off the mat. Go ahead at the same time, set them both down. Now we're gonna switch. Left hand hovers at the same time as the right foot, or right knee rather, and slowly set them down. One side probably feels pretty wonky, yeah? Go ahead and take the right hand, left knee up, set them back down at the same time. Left hand, right knee. Make sure you're looking down at your mat. Right hand, left knee. We wanna keep a long line through the back side of the body. The navel's drawing up and in. We're back to the left hand, right knee. Really try not to rock that pelvis. That's tough stuff, isn't it? Whew. I was shaking first one out of the gate. Now that we're several in, I'm about to fall over. All right, guys, last time, right hand, left knee. Keep the neck long. Last time, left hand, right knee. We're gonna go into imaginary jump board, set them down at the same time and release. All right, we're gonna come into a closed parallel position, no light between our knees and toes. And we're gonna fold forward with our elbows down and palms flat. If that doesn't feel great for your knees, you can simply hover your tush higher than down on your heels. All right, from here, exhale to prepare. Collarbones are wide. Inhale, and we're going to float up. Arms come alongside the body. Exhale, fold back down into that start position. Inhale, waistline lifts off the pelvis to raise you. Exhale as we fold back to start. Arms come long, activating the triceps and the postural line. Exhale down, inhale, lift. So I know your quads want to take over. Thank you. They're invited, but they're not the only ones invited. Make sure we lift from underneath the glam line under your tush. Exhaling down, and the breath is helping to raise us up. Let's go ahead and add some rotation. So we're gonna rotate towards the right and the arms reach at diagonals. And then we exhale to start. Now to the left, open and reach at diagonals. Exhale down, inhale up. Stay with me, Michelle. Come on, girl. I know you're working hard. Exhale down, inhale as we rotate. So try not to let the pelvis rotate with the rib basket. Keep the pelvis shining forward and keep the rib basket rotating. Inhaling up, oppositional reach through the arms. Really reach the left away from the right. Exhaling down to the left again. If this feels aggressive, simply return back to that starting position. Last time to the right. Last time to the left. And bring it in.
Excellent. Let's go into the mermaid sweeps on the other side. So we're gonna sit on our left hip. Both knees are folded at about a 45-degree angle. Left hand can touch the ground. To get started, waistline is long. And now we're going to float the right leg up. Feel the waistline turn on already. And swivel that femur head through. Now the right knee is in line with the hip, still bent, but hovering off the floor. And bring it back to start. And swim through the pelvis. Both sits bones anchor to the floor and bring it back. You can keep a light touch on the floor to support your balance, or you can take the arms out to the side. You can take the arms up overhead. We just want to make sure we're staying organized through the waistline and the pelvis. We don't want to rock and roll all over the place. So we're going to come forward and link them back, really opening the hip on the way back and sitting tall on the way forward with a deep crease at the front of the hip. You can even support your hand behind the thigh, and that might help take a little bit of the challenge out if that's feeling real aggressive for you. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1, go ahead and float that leg down. If you have dumbbells, go ahead and grab them. If not, don't worry about it. We're gonna turn onto our behind and go into an exercise we call scrape the barrel. So we're gonna have a good bend to your knees. We're gonna be in the center of the mat, and you can take 1 or 2 dumbbells. I'm gonna take 1, Michelle has 2, and Talia is gonna demonstrate without dumbbells. Take the arms forward in front of you, and we're gonna do 1 curl down about halfway. So roll the tailbone under you, roll the low back, roll the mid back, and hold. Plug the arms in and magnetize those outer thighs. And now we're gonna bend the elbows as we scrape through that imaginary barrel. So now the torso isn't moving. It's the really strong bicep and postural focus through this series. You might feel the core too, yeah? So we're sweeping through that barrel, keeping length even in the curl. Good, so you can see that Talia has lots of length even though she's in that curled position. And she's getting great work and focus even without the dumbbells. And Michelle's upping the challenge by having 2 dumbbells in her hands. And we're gonna hold the next one and let's change the direction. So we're gonna change the direction that we're sweeping those dumbbells to include more lubrication through the shoulder joints and more movement through the shoulder blades. We're gonna go for 2 more. And last one, gorgeous. All right, coming up, we're going to come onto 1 knee. If you have the dumbbells, keep them with you. The left foot comes forward and the right knee stays down. From here, we're gonna take the dumbbells long, almost like they're hanging in our hands, really level out those hips, keep the sternum right over the pubic bone, and now we're going to lengthen the arms just behind the waist, and we're gonna trace little circles. So this is all about the length of the circle and not about the dimension of the circle. So we don't need to be these great big swinging arms. We want to keep it nice and focused. So just little tiny circles at your own pace, moving from underneath the shoulder blades, melt that left hip down. Think about that left inner thigh spiraling up and check your knees in front of that ankle crease and aligned with the hip socket. Let's change direction of those circles. Think about the crown of the head reaching up, up, up as we work. Last 3. Last 2. We have a lunge next. And release. Good. I'm gonna keep 1 dumbbell. Michelle's lucky enough to keep 2. And we're gonna step up to the top of our mat. Feet are 4 inches apart parallel. And we're gonna keep the right foot where it is. Take 1 natural step, but a good sized step back with your left leg. The left leg is gonna stay long. The dumbbell, if you have 1, is in your left hand, and we're gonna bend the right knee. You can adjust your back foot if you need to. We're gonna bend the right knee so it's over the ankle crease, and now we are going to tip the torso forward, giving us a really deep crease at the front side of the right hip. That's the only lunge we've got, all right? So just hold that one as best you can. Left arm can come up alongside the head, hands can stay on the hips, or both arms can come up. Everyone melt those shoulder blades down the spine, hold. Remember we started with that gate. Once again, we're gonna allow that right inner thigh to peel the right heel off the mat and imprint it down. I don't know about you, but I was all about my pinky toes on that first one. So recommit to all 5 toes being active. Recommit to that knee being in front of that ankle joint. So we want it just in front of that crease. Come even a little bit more forward. Beautiful right there. It's gonna allow for that proper bone rhythm, and especially as that heel raises. Do you feel that difference? Excellent. And now we're going to have Talia put her heel down. Michelle's gonna keep hers up. And we're gonna do fascial flossing. So what that means, you guys, is the right leg and the height doesn't change at all. The left heel doesn't change at all. But you can see Talia's given me a micro bend and a micro extend. So this is lubricating the fascia, which is the network of fibers that hold the skin, muscles, bones, and tissues together. So if you have tight fascia, but you have supple and nice long stretched out muscles, you're still gonna feel tight. So this is a really important range of movement, and it's wicked challenging. Yes, failing that? Hands can go on the hips at any time if the dumbbells are aggressive. We're gonna do 2 more and go ahead and release. We're gonna go straight into our airplane, and this is a micro movement, so we're gonna show several different angles. So Michelle's gonna turn with her back towards us, Talia's gonna be a little bit at an angle, and I'm gonna show you straight on. Dumbbells or no dumbbells, it's really not important. We're gonna have our knees about 4 inches apart parallel, and the arms are gonna come into a wide V just in front of the shoulders and melt the shoulder blades down and around the rib basket. We want to think immediately about the reach to the corners of the room rather than sending the arms back only. All right, so let's prepare. We're going to exhale to prepare. On the inhale, sweep the arms in line with the torso, and straight away should feel a neurological stretch on the underside of the arms. Exhale, bring it back to that V. Inhale, we're reaching almost like we're pulling on an old-fashioned dinner party glove, yes? So we're reaching up and out at the same time. So you can move at your own pace. It's a very small range of movement, but the reach is what's important here, not the weight, and we certainly don't want to squeeze the shoulder blades together. Go ahead and release the glutes, drawing the navel up and in at a diagonal, and really think about that diagonal opposition reaching as we extend. Do you feel that happening underneath the arms, you guys? So it's that tingle straight away that we are after. So we have no bend to the elbows, plugging the arms in as the fingertips reach in the opposite direction. Just a few more here. Initiating from T6, that's right between the shoulder blades, almost like you have one long arm, like a snake with 2 heads reaching in other ways. As we finish out and go ahead and bring the arms down. We're gonna do a single leg kneel on the other side. So get the dumbbells if you have them, and we're gonna have the right leg forward at the top of the mat and the left knee is down on the floor. From here, the elbows are gonna fold at the waistline, but don't jam them into the sides of your body. They're hovering below the shoulders, and level out the hips. For me, I typically need to kind of send that right hip down a little bit to keep things level and organized. On the next inhale, we're gonna swivel the arms open from underneath the shoulder blades. Doesn't matter how far you go back, palms are facing up, and exhales, we bring it back to start. Swiveling from the rear delts, from the serratus anterior underneath the shoulder blades. These are all postural muscles, and they help stabilize the shoulder and move the shoulder blades. You'll notice that it's a sincere balance challenge. You can glue your eyes ahead to something in the room or on the floor in front of you, or on the wall rather. So we're looking straight ahead with our gaze. And if you're up for that extra balance challenge, Michelle and I are gonna show you flip the toes under and hover the left knee off the floor as we continue to work. I've had enough of that. She gets to keep it up. We're gonna hold the next one open, and now we're going to turn the palms in, and we're doing a tiny movement here. So it's a little pulse at the back, little pulse here. How you doing, Talia? Good. Last one, and bring it all the way in. We're gonna come straight onto our feet and finish the lunge on the other side. So we have the feet 4 inches apart parallel, and we're gonna take a great big step back with that right foot because we want that right leg to stay long. We're gonna fold at the left knee, and it needs to be in front of that ankle crease over the foot island, aligned with big toe, second toe. Now my left hip wants to hike up, so send that left hip melting to the floor. And we're gonna take the arms long for a little tricep focus as we hinge forward, but don't just crowd forward or round forward. Nice long lines from the crown of the head through the right heel. And we're gonna do little pulses with the arms. Nice and long, imprinting the entire sole of the left foot onto the mat. And think about that left inner thigh spiraling up to the sky. Hold the arms long, and the left inner thigh is gonna peel the left heel off the floor. All 5 toes are actively imprinting, and we're going to imprint that heel back down. So it's not a pop and a drop, it's a peel up and an imprinting with intention back down. Arms are long, diagonal line, lengthening the crown of the head all the way through the heel. Michelle's gonna hold her heel up. Talia's gonna show us with the foot down, and we're gonna do that fascial flossing again. I'm gonna draw your attention to the detail of the movement. The heel doesn't move, the pelvis doesn't change. You can see the crease in her pants, of Michelle's pants, little softening and extending. So that is really important to keep the fibers and tissues nice and pliable and supple in our body as we do such intense work. It's a shake, shake, shake right away, yeah? Last 3, dumbbells can always go on the hips if that feels aggressive. Last 2, and bring it all the way up and in. Good. We're gonna go into our Wunda twist on the right. So set the dumbbells down if you have them. And we're gonna have our hands at the top of the mat, shoulder width distance, right foot in front of the left. So we're gonna start with a mini twist. You notice Michelle's off her mat. I'll get to that in a second. We're gonna come with a little tiny pike and a rotation up and back. That's an inhale. Exhale, your hips are shining to the side and shoulders are shining forward. So it's a rotation through the pelvis, and it's a little baby weight shift back. Now, if you have sliders or paper plates, I know you have paper plates, so try it. We're gonna do a little movement where we're sliding on the floor as we do that rotation. And let's go into the full range of movement, shall we? So we're gonna draw all the way up. Notice that Michelle's legs are moving and Talia's weight is shifting back. So it really depends on if you're using a moving slider or plate, or if you're on the mat, which movement is happening. Either way, we're aiming for length and rotation at the top. The pelvis and the shoulders are in the same direction, and at the bottom, we're rotated in opposition. We're gonna do one more, and slowly bring the knees all the way down. Beautiful job, you guys. Get back on that mat, girl. We're gonna go into our star next. So we're gonna show you 3 different variations of how to achieve this exercise. Talia's gonna be on her right forearm and on her right bent knee. Michelle's gonna be on her right forearm with long legs, and I'm gonna show you on the right hand with long legs as well. So this is the most challenging variation, and then we've got different steps for you for what works for your body today. Really lift off of that right shoulder. The left arm is long, and we're creating a diagonal line. So make sure your head isn't yanked up towards the sky. It's a line from your heels. Exhale to prepare. Inhale, left arm and left leg float up, and bring them back to start. Now they're gonna go forward together on the inhale. Don't change the pelvis. Back to start. Arm forward, leg back. Oppositional reach. Again, they both go up. They both go forward. Arm up, leg back. Last time, they both go up. They both go forward. Arm forward, leg back. Return to start, and with intention, bring your hip down to the mat. Holy smokes, right? Okay, guys, let's do that crisscross. We're gonna come onto our backs. We're gonna have our hands interlaced behind the base of your skull. This is not about show. This is about greeting the weight of your head with the support of your hands. Fold your elbows enough so that your shoulders are wide and you can see the elbows from the corners of your eyes without turning your head. Find that neutral pelvis so we're not resting down into the mat. Find that neutral pelvis with space between the lumbar curve and the floor. With intention, we're gonna float the right leg up into tabletop. And now we're gonna float the left leg up into tabletop to greet it. From here, let's start with the leg movement. We're gonna reach the right leg long, left leg stays quiet. And then we're gonna bring it back in. Left leg comes long, right leg stays quiet. Switch. If this feels aggressive to your head or neck, Talia's gonna show us this movement with her head down on the floor, arms long at the sides. She's gonna be moving her legs. Michelle and I are gonna add a challenge on this next one. So as our right leg reaches long, we are going to swivel towards the left inner thigh and bring it back in. Left leg reaches long, we swivel towards the right inner thigh and bring it back in. So it's about the rib basket rotating. It is absolutely 100% not about your elbow and knee tapping. That's gonna shorten the front line of the body and not get us what we're after into the deep abdominals and spinal mobilization. So rotate that lowest right rib to the upper left inner thigh. Lowest left rib to the upper right inner thigh. Last one to the left. And last one to the right. Whew, bring it in with intention, feet lower, down, and release. Okay, who's ready for star other side? Everybody. Okay, guys. Hand on the mat, forearm on the mat, up to you. Lengthen your body out, left knee down, legs are stacked either way, whether you're on your feet or on your knee. So here, we're going to float both up on the inhale and bring it back down, both forward and bring it back to start. And now in opposition, reaching at a diagonal. So keep working, up together, beautiful. And then both come forward without the pelvis moving. It doesn't matter how far forward, back to start. And now in oppositional reach, the arm comes forward and the leg elongates back. Beautiful. Last time, we're gonna have both float up, keeping the waistline nice and long. Beautiful. Both come forward. And now the arm forward and the leg reaches back. Fantastic. Here, Michelle, let me get your sliders for you. We're gonna go into that Wunda twist on the other side. So get those paper plates if you have them. We're gonna have our hands down on the mat, shoulder width distance. This time the left foot comes in front of the right. And we're gonna start with our full range of movement first. So we have the pelvis swiveled to the side, shoulders shining forward. Exhale to prepare. Oh, hallelujah. Inhale as we come all the way up and back, or the legs slide in. Either way, we wanna have the outer thighs magnetized, and we wanna have the waistline long. Just a few more here. That pelvic rotation is really driving the action through the core. Inhaling as we elongate. Who's having fun? Exhale down. Michelle, I didn't hear you. Talia, I heard you, girl. Come back into that side twisted plank. Mini rotation, home stretch, you guys, I promise. Mini rotation, we're gonna stand up next. Mini rotation, up and back. Tiny pike, tiny swivel. Last 4. Little tiny weight shift back. Last 2. And bring it all the way down. Whew. All right, guys, this is the last thing before we stretch. Come on up to your feet. We're gonna go into a first position, and we're gonna take the arms on our hips just to get started. So we have our heels touching and our toes turned out. Inner thighs are magnetized. We're gonna exhale, keeping the torso upright, lowering into that plie. We have the sternum stacked over the pubic bone. Inhale, the waistline floats you up to start. Exhale, think about the crown of the head going up as the knees soften. So you want to feel that tractioning. And do you feel the low belly doing that work with us? That's how we're going to find the core. So if you're just walking by a computer screen, you say, oh, isn't that a nice leg exercise? But in your body, do you feel the low belly in resistance, in opposition, opening in resistance to the going down? It's trying to go up. You also feel the little glute mean turning on there? That's just for fun. Exhaling as we lower. Hold the next one with legs long. Let's go ahead and take the arms up and overhead, or they can stay on the hips if that's better for your body. And we're going to think about the inner thighs asking the heels to rise off the floor. So the calves want to do all the work. Don't give it away. And now we're going to melt the heels back down. One more time. Inner thighs are going to invite the heels off the floor. Can you feel the low belly lifting you to do that when we think about those inner thighs? Anyone? Thank you, girls. All right. I thought maybe they left. Hold the next one up. Heels stay glued together, and we're gonna soften the knees, and we're gonna do that plie with our heels raised. Ooh, that's a sincere balance challenge. You can always have a light touch on a chair or a counter if you're nearby one to help you with that balance. So arms can come up on your hips or give you a little balance support. I'm feeling a little shaky up here. Exhaling as the inner thighs spiral forward, sits bones broaden. Inhaling as we narrow, just a few more here. Arms can come wherever you like them. Hold the last one down, and we're gonna do a tiny butterfly. Heels are magnetized, the inner thighs swivel open. Oh my gosh, inner thighs Swivel open a tiny touch more. It's not about the knees, the inner thighs are swiveling open. Really think about that rotation going back, but without the heels coming apart. Last 4, last 3, last 2. And with intention, heels melt down, inhale, gather to rise. All right, guys, the last thing today, we're gonna step into a wide second position, and we're gonna take the hands up and overhead. We're gonna go into a side bend. So melt that left arm back to the side, open the right side of the ribs. This is gonna be a nice inhale here. On the exhale, rounding forward, the arms come together in a big circle towards the floor, circling through the middle. Oh, that feels so delicious. And come into this side bend, right arm is down, left ribs are open, hold. Woo! Let's round to this right side, so opposite direction. We're rounding to the right side, arms come in a big circle, grazing the floor. And we're gonna come up through that left side. Both arms come up and overhead. We did it. We'll see you next time. Excellent job, everybody.